New studio. Today, I'm here to talk to you guys about the iPhone 12 Pro. This thing has been awesome. I've never been one to usually really use a phone for photography and videography. I've kind of been against it usually, but I gotta say that this thing is pretty impressive. I was personally upgrading from the iPhone 10. It was like the 10 Max, I think. So this is the 12 Pro. And this thing is amazing. I've taken some photos of like my truck and just some random things that I'm gonna throw up on the screen for you guys. I did a little bit of video of the 1DX, which we're shooting on right now. I think it actually is amazing. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. What's crazy is when you take a photo in like low light, you wait a second and it will process and it looks like there's no noise. Like the before is like a ton of noise, and then the after it's super smooth and actually it looks like it's almost shooting in HDR because it's shooting multiple photos at one time and then it processes them and puts them together. I think I heard it shoots about 9 photos in like a second. And then that way it combines them all together and then edits your photos just instantaneously. And that's the A14 chip in the new iPhone 12. Now, is it gonna replace my 1DX Mark II? Probably not, but can I do a lot of stuff with this? Worst case scenario, something happens. A great backup plan to have. Now, would I use this on a professional shoot? No. I see a lot of real estate people who use them, especially for videos, and they claim that you can't tell the difference. People who have a trained eye, they can tell the difference. Now, the problem is you can't change your lenses on these. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, but it's not quite the same as a DSLR with a wide angle lens. The details is not the same as sharpness. The sensors are only so big in here. Now, will I say these are getting very impressive? I will post just a little bit of walking videos that I did that are handheld, obviously no gimbal. You can get gimbals for phones that do help smooth it out a bit. I think the Pro Max has a little bit of stabilization in it, which is really one of the only differences between the Pro and the Pro Max. I personally like this size of phone because it fits better on my drone remote. That was one big thing. I was having issues with the 10 Max, and with the 12 Max already being bigger than that was making me a little nervous, and I didn't really need it. I have this, and then soon I'm getting the red Komodo, so I'll be doing videos on that. A lot of car videos with that. Make sure you check out the merch. The link below. Clicky, clicky. Bye. Come on, guys. Do it. Yeah. So what I really noticed is you can do slow-mo in 240, which is 240 frames a second, in HD, which I believe is 1080 on this phone. Let's do 120 frames a second. I'm going to show that up on this video, so you can kind of see what it looks like. It actually, in my opinion, at least on the phone in my initial preview, it looked actually really good. I could probably do like full shoots almost with this phone. Would I? Probably not. I mean, I love having interchangeable lenses on my camera, but the software in these is just getting amazing. That's the difference between the iPhone and like the DSLRs or mirrorless, is that Apple is focusing really a lot on the software, which, you know, camera companies are kind of lacking behind, but it's really impressive what you can do with these. I'm very impressed. So if you guys really want to like start getting into like just learning photos, an iPhone's not a bad option as opposed to older DSLRs and mirrorless. You need to also learn exposure settings and things like that, which this probably isn't going to teach you very much. It's kind of doing a lot of the work for you. Could be something that you look into. I mean, you know, people can use these for just your family photos at Christmas parties or whatever it may be. This is a great option. You don't need to hire a photographer for everything. The video side, it's gonna be lacking because you have portrait mode in photos, so you can create that depth of field. So, but unfortunately you can't do that in video mode and put your subject in your forefront and have a blurry background, that bokeh background. You can really only do that with like a really low aperture lens and a DSLR, but that's just for now, right? Like, this is technology, it's getting crazy. I'm curious to see what things happen. I'll probably go try to do some photos of cars just for fun with this and test it against the camera in the future. Obviously, this is a car channel, and so you probably might not care too much about phones, or if you want to just know, like, will this work for taking car photos or video? And most likely in most situations it's going to work. It kind of depends on what you're doing. Now, would I say go to a dealership or a business and start doing it professionally? No, I wouldn't show up with a phone. It doesn't quite look professional. Regardless of the results that you may get with it, you're gonna have a tough time finding actual clients for that. Now, could you do like some racing videos or just walk around with cars, vlogs? It's probably great for that, to be honest. Like the front-facing camera on here is pretty good. I shot the last video in the garage with this iPhone. And go back, check that one out. Own tripod, and I put it on there and tried it out. And it turned out actually really good. I was surprised, even for some low light, like I got into the car and shot the shocks and showed you how bad they were. Now you could go just take your car and probably go to like a nice cool spot and take some photos with the phone, and they'll turn out great. It'll edit it probably all for you. You can even do a little bit more editing after the fact and throw it in Lightroom, throw it in Premiere Pro if you're doing some video, and you'll probably be surprised with the results you can come up with. For me, I just love having different lenses. Like I shoot from 16 all the way to 200. Pretty tough to do on the phone. You can't quite get that depth of field. Curious to see what else they come out with, what Canon and Sony and everyone else is gonna have to do to compete with this little phone, because times are getting crazy and technology is going faster than we can keep up with. A+ purchase for me. I would definitely buy one again. It's a huge upgrade from my 10 Max, that I will say, in every way. I don't miss that phone at all. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys may want to know about when it comes to photography, videography. Obviously with automotive, that's what we do here on this channel. It's kind of tough to do racing all the time. We live in such a icky state with the weather and whatnot. So I'm definitely doing a lot of cool builds, featuring a lot of cool builds. I'm gonna be doing a couple new features coming up actually. I'm gonna be doing one on a local Ford Raptor. It's got a dope ass build on it. So hopefully you guys check that out. Make sure you subscribe if you guys enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know what else you guys wanna see. I'm gonna be doing some photography tutorials and video tutorials as well. Especially a lot in the automotive field. I get a lot of questions all the time, like how to start, what lens should I buy first, kind of these questions, which are, I definitely don't mind helping people. And I remember when I first started, there was very few people willing to help me. So appreciate those guys that did. I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I can help and pass it forward. So, all right, y'all, peace. Make sure you subscribe, click the subscribe, and buy some merch at the link below. iPhone 12 Pro, need it.